Hello, and welcome to Troubles in Toraigh. This is session 9 of our campaign of Chronicles of the Fae. I'm Faye, the MC for this campaign, and with me I have some friends that we're going to play D&D. This campaign is a special project, one of many set in the world of the Wilder. The project is a shared world IP where creators can use the structure and lore of this fantasy world called the Wilder in order to create their own stories and games. Some of these stories and games are already in progress, such as our webcomic Magnum L, our mobile game Tower of Gaia, and our tabletop board game Kingstone, all of which are either currently released or coming soon. To learn more about those projects and how to support them, you can go to www.thewilderproject.com to learn more. Before we start the campaign, I just want to cover some of my ground rules for the channel. The first is that none of us are pro DMs or role players. We're trying our best to have fun here, and we have open ears and hearts for any feedback that you have. But ultimately, it's our game, and we're going to play it how we like it. We hope you respect our play style, and we will ensure our community members respect yours too. Along those lines, the campaign is set in the world of the Wilder, and so not everything operates the same as it might with standard D&D rules. For the most part, we're going to be sticking to the rules of D&D for all mechanical aspects of play, but flavor-wise, not everything is always going to be a perfect fit between in-game descriptions of effects and how we explain those effects in the world of the Wilder. We are implementing some custom rules that we anticipate releasing in a module further down the line so that you can play D&D in the world of the Wilder too. Finally, one of the things I love most about D&D is that you can never truly expect what might happen next, but because of that, it does mean none of us will have complete control over the content that will be covered during the course of the campaign. Please be mindful of what content might be potentially distressing to you, and if you feel like it is coming up, we highly encourage that you take a break from the live stream and pick the story back up via VOD on YouTube once the live play is over. All right, let's play some D&D. We left off with our party licking their wounds as they recovered from their first mission in which they were mildly unsuccessful. After being caught during the middle of their attempted robbery, some of the party had to flee from the authorities while others were apprehended and had to escape from prison. The party reunited at the Soaked Sail Inn and spent some time trying to determine what to do next. The decision was made that you all would need some sources of healing before attempting your next adventure. Upon the recommendation of an ogre, you sought out an establishment called Yago's Basement Brews, where you met Yago, the discourteous red-cap alchemist who, after some haggling, agreed to sell some of you some restorative brews for your next escapade. You all set out to cross the city and investigate this cave in the bay outside of the city's walls, where a magical tincture was rumored to have been left. On your way, Reuben and Anna literally ran into two children who, after some short conversation, ran off with another child who you subsequently discovered had stolen one of your newly purchased healing potions. After frantically chasing the pickpockets through the streets of the market district, you caught up to them in an alleyway where you found a mysterious cat stuffkin lying in wait for your party. With little introduction, she invited Reuben and Flynn through a nearby door for a chat, and the two agreed and went inside. Joel used their amorphous form to stealthily infiltrate underneath the door and follow after them. And that is where we pick back up. So, Flynn and Reuben, you walk across the threshold and are immediately hit with the smell of warm mead and smoke. The two of you walk into what appears to be a long rear hallway of this building. You can hear the audible hum of chatter coming from the room that lies in front of the hall ahead of you. The orange and yellow candlelight of these wall-mounted sconces flicker against the rich, dark mahogany wood of the building. The hallway opens into the back corner of what appears to be some kind of eating establishment. Up ahead, you can see in front of you tables and booths filled with all manner of dolls, puppets, toy knights, and stuffkin. They're not wearing the fanciful attire of the aristocrats of Midtown Cross. They all seem to be wearing well-made doublets and pantaloons. There aren't many weapons visibly available among the patrons here. You can see uniformed waitstaff in plain tan tunics and dark black pantaloons buzzing around attending to all the guests. The wall to the right is adorned with paintings, and you can see that the wall becomes a bar countertop off in the distance as it gets into kind of the main section of this room. The wall to the left is a series of wooden high-top booths with curtains adorning each of the winged sides of the booth, restricting whatever daylight might come through the frosted glass windows in the walls. Before you get to the kind of crowded main room, the cat Stuffkin twirls around and gestures to an empty booth in the back of this side hall and says, "Welcome to the Bizarre Bistro, boys. Have a seat." And just as a reminder, this is a tall, lanky, black cat Stuffkin with a bandana with 2 holes for her ears, and currently some type of scarf covering the bottom half of her face. She has 2 piercing green eyes and a distinct scar over her left eye of bright pink. Shoal, you rolled a 22 on your stealth check to infiltrate behind these 2. And so as these 2 take their seat, I think with your amorphous form, you're able to still kind of stay small, right? And kind of hold to the corners of this hallway. You're seeing very much the same as Flynn and Ruben see as they're walking in. How close are you trying to get here?
Is it possible to be in Flynn's clothes?
It's not possible for all of you to be in Flynn's clothes because you are a whole people's worth of insects.
I got room in my clothes.
A lot of pockets.
We were going to say you, but we
Otherwise,
knew you would not appreciate it.
she would turn around and then see you just have like 2 pot bellies filled with writhing insects. But I think if you wanted to kind of keep your swarm long and low, you could kind of go along the bottom of these booths and you could stay within earshot easily without needing to be in the booth itself.
We would like that.
Sure. Okay. The cat gestures for Flynn and Ruben to take a seat.
Can I get a gauge of the other, like how private is this booth? Like, is there people in the nearby booths?
No, it seems that this whole line of booths is kind of empty leading to this back hallway. You know, it's kind of like that one section of a Starbucks that leads to where the bathrooms are, where not a lot of people sit. And the activity in the main room, though, is very busy. And there's quite a lot of chatter going around. And you imagine that without somebody sitting in a booth nearby, they probably wouldn't be able to hear the conversation that went on in your booth.
And how many exits are in this room?
There is at least 2 exits, you assume. Okay. You're not able to see the front door for where you are, but it's very obvious from the design of this space that there's another entrance where everyone else came into the space. Definitely nobody comes in through the door you just came in through usually.
Cool. Okay. I sit down, I guess.
Okay, Ruben, do you follow suit?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've already explained what we're looking at.
Sure.
I don't know.
The cat Stuffkin slides into the booth opposite the 2 of you, and leans back in the chair and says, "Before you start asking questions, I want some answers to mine. Got it?" And as she says that, a female dog Stuffkin, dressed like the rest of the waitstaff, walks up to the table. She glances at the figure across from you and lets out a little, "Oh," and turns around and scurries off. The cat Stuffkin puts her elbows on the table and kind of leans forward and says, "Who are you, and why are you poking around in guild business?"
Well, I have a question for you. What have we done that makes you insist we're poking around?
What guild business?
We heard whispers. You know, we have a network established here in the city, and we heard there were questions being asked and inquiries being made into our affairs.
Is Baz a part of this information network? Does that name ring a bell to you?
I do know a Baz, yes.
He's a lot of fun. I liked him.
He's a good time. Pretty skilled with the deck of cards.
I don't know about that. I will admit I did on our first night when we're new to the city, and we went to an inn and he was doing cards, playing his game, and I played with him because I like games, and we got talking.
And what about your Fomorian fellows out there? How do you know them?
Well, they're good friends. They might not seem like your normal good people, but
Where
they I can vouch that they are amazing people and they come in handy.
we're a friendly group. We've been traveling for a bit, and we just kind of pick up people of all kinds on our way.
Hmm. And what do you folks do? What are your skills?
We clean up the streets.
Do you? And how do
Yeah.
you do that?
Well, not necessarily all the streets, but I mean, we're pretty interested in your whole operation here, and we noticed a couple ne'er-do-wells trying to step foot in your territory, and we took care of them.
Did you? I don't believe I've heard of this. Who are these
Have-
ne'er-do-wells you speak of?
Have you not heard of the Black Pod Boys?
Well, look, to be fair, I don't think anybody has.
I haven't.
Not since we cleaned them up.
Oh. So I guess I won't be hearing of the Black Paw Boys. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, not anymore. You're welcome.
We
I-
kill the whole Black Paw Boy.
No, we left one alive to tell the tale.
But
Yeah.
like, were there more of them, or was it really just like 5 dudes?
You guys don't know. Well then, I guess some thanks are in order. And how exactly did you do this? What is it that you folk do?
Well, trouble kind of just gravitates to us, and we take it as we take it as it comes.
We,
Interesting.
we each have our own skill set, and I'll have my mage hand like pop out onto the table, and I'm good at making little contraptions and controlling them, and surprisingly useful in combat.
Is there like
Impressive.
a napkin?
Yeah, it's adorned. It's like a cloth napkin. It's not like paper. But there are cloth place
Fancy.
settings out on the boot.
I'm gonna put the napkin flat on the table. You can tell me what I need to roll to pull this off. And my goal is to take my rapier. There goes my that
Cut
you
my
didn't see
ears
that. Cut my ears off. And like hold it like this and make the shape of a skull in the napkin. Really quick.
Oh,
And that's my
Whoa.
skill.
Okay.
like Zorro it, but it's a skull.
Exactly, yeah.
As you reach for your rapier,
Oh,
Here.
I'm gonna get reprimanded, aren't I?
you see the cat stuffkin immediately pulls back her like brown surcoat and reveals a set of 3 daggers that are holstered in the vest underneath. And she says, honey, we're not doing weapons here.
All right, maybe I can show off for you another time. I understand.
So you have some skill with this rapier, I assume? What about your 3 friends?
So modest.
Well, Anna punches, Raina gets mad, and Shul runs away sometimes, but it's for the best. He's very sneaky.
Shoal is that fish bait that you're walking around with.
A really
Okay.
nice guy or group of things.
And so tell me, that night on the Ledge Wharf, what streets were you cleaning up there?
Well, to be honest, that was an attempt to get your attention, and I can see it did.
I see. So this was that botched robbery was supposed to be some kind of uninvited audition?
I don't know if I would describe it entirely as botched. We got steel out of their hands. I know generally where it is, and some of us got away scot-free, which I don't think
Interesting.
most groups would be able to handle.
So what would you call it then? A robbery still in progress?
Yeah.
That's an excellent way to say it.
Amusing.
And how do you know this isn't still part of the plan?
Well, I'll say I've never seen a robbery planned quite this way, if it was planned at all, which I seriously doubt.
We're not great planners, I will admit that, but we act on our feet. We keep things fun. We keep things lively.
You know that Ledge Wharf is protected by the Mungers. You're lucky they didn't have men stationed there, or you might have accidentally started a little turf war with your silly stunt.
Turf war between them and who else? Just us? Are they that protective of about a little group having some fun on the Ledge Wars?
With your group going around making noise, inquiring about us, who's to say it doesn't come back to us? Still,
And you're
escaping
scared of
from the
these Mungers?
Bastille, scared of the Mungers. No, but there's an order to things here. We respect each other's turf, and that's how things get done. Otherwise, the streets would be covered in blood. But
That
still,
sucks.
escaping the Bastille is no easy feat. There are plenty of guild members who'd want to try to make their careers off of learning how you did it. How did you do it?
Well, I don't. Should I? Do I? How do I know that I can trust you with our information? What is in it for us if I tell you how we pulled it off?
Well, you're clearly looking to prove your value. So far, I see your value as a little lacking, as I'm sure you can understand, after the whole affair on the Ledge Wharf and all. But the escape is quite impressive.
Well, the enforcers were all part of the plan. You see, you can't just completely take the enforcers out of the equation. So we got in, we got all the way back in, sacrificed half our team to be the back end to get the steel in the water. And then I and Raina, we basically went to prison, and I'm pretty mean with the old lockpick. And I got us out of jail. I always look down at Taylor for like approval, and right now I'm getting like nothing. I'm getting no approval from Taylor.
Taylor's getting all her love and support.
I'm gonna roll a persuasion check because I know
Actually, roll a deception check.
deception check. Yeah, my bad. I forgot.
It's a good thing you're the only one in the party with
Crap.
like any
No.
charisma.
I don't have
Actually,
any
Flynn might have a
deception
little.
though. God damn it! Sorry, everyone.
Did we actually say
Uh,
what happened to the steel?
Hmm?
Did we tell him what happened to the steel?
No.
I just assumed that what I just said.
She looks at you kind of quizzically and she says, "Okay, keep your secrets."
She 100% does not believe you. She's like, oh,
Still,
he really
maybe
thinks he ate.
you're not entirely useless. But
Well, Flynn, you've kept half the plan away from my ears for the safety of the plan. So why don't you explain your half? Because that's how we operate. It's important that we don't know every element of the plan. So Flynn,
oh, I see.
tell,
So you
do tell.
compartmentalize.
The plan to escape you from the Bastille, is that the plan? Or the plan to get the steel from the Ledge Wars? We have so many plans.
that involve the word steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're saying this, the female dog stuffkin comes back, waitstaff, with 3 mugs of what appears to be some type of dark brown mead, and slides them onto the table and walks off.
Thank you.
She says, okay, so not really good planners, but when you do plan, you keep it compartmentalized and nobody quite knows what the whole plan is. I see. Interesting. Well, you wanted our attention and now you have it. So tell me, what's your interest with the guild? What do you want to do here?
Well, I don't want to speak for the entire group. You know, we're not of one mind. We're all individuals who have similar but different goals. But personally, as I was saying, we're all new here, and I figured it would be a great way to learn more about the real city, the dark side, the underside, where the real shit happens.
I don't see it necessarily as us trying to get in. More so, I think you need people with initiative like us.
Is that so? I'm gonna have you roll a persuasion check with advantage because I think Flynn is kind of helping you here. Or Flynn, you could roll it, but
Hell yeah.
ooh.
I'll take
Well,
that.
you rolled two at once and
You-
added them.
Well, no, the 15 plus 3. So,
Yeah,
yeah, 18.
She says, very well. You want to know the real city? Well, that's certainly something we can help arrange. But let's get one thing out of the way real quick. You'll never be members of the guild. You understand me? Not so long as your crew has got monsters like those outside in it. That clear?
I don't think we necessarily need to be full-fledged members. We can be contractors.
Contractors. Yes, I think that is something we can do. We've had a little success with operating Fomorian crews independently of the guild, and it just so happens I've been put in a position where I'm able to start running my own crews, and I'd like them to be successful. If you can promise me that you'll do as good a job for me as you did saving your own asses, I think I might have work for you. You interested?
Great. What's the first job? What do you got?
Congratulations, by the way.
Well, thank you. You think the more monstrous companions of yours can stomach it?
I think they would surprise you.
A lot of people around here are too busy trying to keep their heads above water. They forget that there's a war going on. A war with the same people us here in Toraigh are asked to call neighbor. They may have forgotten, but the guild has not. So, independent contractors, it'll have to stay.
Works for me.
That's fine. What's the job?
Very well. She lifts the mug and holds it up to kind of chink with you all.
I'll
And
chink.
cheers and takes a big swig and empties it. And she says, all right, well, let's go loop them in. And stands up and starts heading back out the door. The one that you guys came in through. As she starts approaching the door, Shoal, are you retreating now? Okay. So for Anna and Reyna, who are outside with Shoal's urn and cloak, suddenly the cloak begins to rise back up as a flood of insects come out from underneath the door. And Shoal, you resume your form. And then the rest of you follow the cat stuffkin back out the door.
Yes.
You finish your drinks?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't.
The door opens into the alleyway, and the cat stuffkin walks back out. And you can see now the scarf or whatever it was that was in front of her mouth is down now. And Flynn and Ruben are right behind her, and she says, all right, well, I think we're in business.
What is the job that you would like us to do for you?
Right. Well, trust's not a currency that you accumulate quickly in the guild, and after what I've heard and seen, I will admit I'm in a serious state of doubt about whether you all can really cut it. So I'm going to have to see it myself before we try anything too aspirational.
Well, it's a good thing we are only contractors then, is it not?
Who said we're only contractors?
We are.
Hmm. Right, well, what do you say? Is your crew up for some dirty work?
Yeah, of course we're up for some dirty work, and don't mind him. He's just very perceptive.
You can see she's looking directly at Anna and Reina.
Dirty work like what?
Well, it's going to be a dirty job. It's a little bit of excavation work. Do you know why they call Toraigh the Shattered City? It was shattered by its own citizens a couple hundred years back. They tried to excavate the cliffside and make a sea-level bay that might be more suitable for incoming ships and naval trade. Ended up blowing the whole bay into smithereens and took half the cliffside with it. That muddy slope remains, and what remains of it eventually became the slums, since no one else wanted to live there. That's where the guild primarily operates out of, but it's also the one place in Toraigh where you can't find any usable tunnels for smuggling. The guild's been looking to fix that for the past few years. We've been doing some digging around some of the more stable parts of that mud slope, trying to find some of the older smuggling tunnels, the ones deep enough that they might have been preserved underneath the impact of the shattering. A few weeks back, we finally found one underneath a building in the slums. There was a series of crumbling tunnels that we've been trying to restore. But our tunneling team has started disappearing. We've had one survivor come back mangled and ranting incoherently about horrific beasts until he eventually passed. So, if you'd be willing to be escorted, blindfolded of course, to the tunnel entrance and clear out whatever's inside, well, I think you'll have proven you can hold your own, and I'll give 100 gold to each of you for the trouble of proving yourself. How does that sound?
Do we get the potion you stole from us back?
She very quickly, with a flourish, kind of flicks out the health potion and hands it back to Reina.
She is the cat stuff conversion of Mr. Fring from Breaking Bad.
So
I
if
don't
this is in
understand that
some
reference.
Hey, that was meta. Anna, what are you doing here?
this is
Sorry,
in
guys.
some
Speak for the trees.
muddy tunnels, this is in some sense some pretty literal dirty work, huh?
Yes, quite literal.
Tried to get the hands dirty.
I mean, I'm happier to do that than to get them bloody, to be honest.
This
Looks
is
like we're
actually
doing
quite a
both.
relief.
Yeah, might be a.
Well,
combination.
I am hoping you'll get it bloody. I just can't quite guarantee the color of the blood.
Muddy blood. I guess.
So we do not have to do any digging.
No, in fact, it's probably best that you don't. The tunnels are still extremely unstable. We've been trying to reinforce them as best as possible with the crews we've been sending down, but now, since none of them are able to survive it, it's only going to be as stable as we've been able to make it, and any unplanned digging could cause the instability to get worse. What we're really looking for is to find a passage to one of the older fortress tunnels. There's rumored to be a few of them connecting the city, and we're hoping that we can use them for smuggling once we're able to reach one. Should be about a 15-foot wide, perfectly straight tunnel section. I'm fairly certain our crews reached it, but we can't get anyone else down there now, so you'll need to be the ones to find it. Once you've found it, and you've cleared out anything down there, come back and return to me.
This it sounds like a pretty expansive system. Do you have any maps or guideline, like not guidelines, but guidings?
We don't have any guidings, unfortunately. We know very little about what is underneath this particular portion of the city. If it were anywhere else in Toraigh, we would be able to find you quite a guide, but this is an entirely new system for us, and these tunnels are old and deep. Because the slums is so much lower down in the cliffs, you see. Whereas most of the tunnels that we use to smuggle are a lot higher up throughout the rest of the city. Right. Well,
We have a question.
yes.
Who is the guild?
We don't use the name aloud. The guild is what we go by, and you can continue to call us that.
Can you write it down if you cannot say it?
You can have one of your friends explain it to you, Fishbait.
Our name is Shoal.
It's nice to meet you, Shoal. I'm Veo. Yep.
It is nice to meet you too.
Put the name in the chat.
You are nice. You can drink mead very well.
Is that so?
He's very perceptive.
Very perceptive.
Oh, it's a talented group we got here.
It would seem that way. Right. Well, we'll meet at Stilltide Square in the slums. In a couple hours, does that work? Go from there?
Do we still want to go to the cave?
Yeah, we're meeting first, and then they're going to blindfold us. And
But
The cave will have to wait.
What's this cave?
None of your business.
yeah,
Very-
don't worry about it.
Like I said, we have many plans in motion. It's all over your head. You know,
That's great.
You couldn't comprehend the pieces we have moving right now.
Well, I'm excited to see that you seem such an industrious bunch. Let's hope that one goes a little better than the last. Very
Well,
well.
like I said, who said it didn't go well? You know, he said
I'm
it didn't
pretty
go according
confident to
plan.
say it didn't. All right. Ruben, you would know where the Stilltide Square is. And she gives a nod and says, "Very well. I look forward to seeing you there," and pulls her cowl back up and walks off further down the alleyway.
Well,
And she's gone.
that
She
went
seems
better
like
than
a
I thought.
bitch.
to be honest, she seemed pretty rude.
She's a powerful person that I think it's good to be aligned with for what we need to do. So, as awful as it might seem, I think we just kind of need to roll with it for now.
I'm just real sick of people who are like, you know, in power positions just being dicks. They're like, oh, I'm better than you. Like, fuck you.
I mean,
You don't know shit about me.
I guess that is why we're here, though, in Toraigh, to bring down all these groups that are treating folks unfairly. So, rude as she is, I guess associating with her is kind of the goal. We're
Okay.
infiltrating.
Yeah. We have a lead. We have a mission. I think things are as clear as they've been since we've gotten here, which is kind of nice.
Honestly, I'd have felt better if she'd asked us to just literally dig tunnels than to clear them out of something. I mean, whatever's in there's probably been living there for years, and they're going in there and messing up its home. But I mean,
I always love with these type of jobs. They're like, oh no, our people are missing. We don't want anyone else to die, so we're gonna send you to die instead.
Yeah.
Great, love that.
It's a first step in gaining trust. So I say we just get it over with.
I mean, yeah, but I don't have to be happy about it.
Work always sucks.
It's for the greater good, right?
Sure.
Hopefully.
You keep the charter dry.
Yeah.
Keep the charter dry. All right. What are you guys feeling like now until we got to meet?
What time do we have to meet?
She said a couple hours. It'll probably take you about an hour just to travel there. So you don't really have too much time, but if there's something you were looking to do locally, like if you wanted to stop at a vendor really quick and pick something up, you could definitely do that. You are still in the market district.
How far are we from where we left the cart?
You're pretty far away from where you left the cart.
Okay.
That's all the way back at the docks. So that would be about an hour in the opposite direction.
That's for another day.
But did we meet the harpy in the market district?
No,
No,
you met the
We met
harpy
her in the
in
market
the docks.
of the docks.
Yeah, the
Oh,
docks
gotcha.
have like vendors for the pirates specifically because, as you can tell, it's a big hassle to travel
Yeah.
from the docks to the market district. So people really only do it when they're on the land side as opposed to the seaside. And yeah, that's the cart is up on the ledge wharfs by the docks.
Well,
I think we
I
have
mean-
anything left to do, so we might as well just mosey our way over there.
yeah, we'll get to see the city a little more. Maybe we could scope it out a bit before they meet us there, I guess.
And
Sure.
Flights will
let's
be great
keep our
going
hands on our
so-
pockets. All right.
All right.
Can we put the potion inside of us?
You can put one potion inside of you, sure.
Wait, what did we hide in you? We hid something in you.
We have the keys to
Oh, that's
the
right.
dungeon,
Oh.
and we have these shirts.
I'm assuming
the-
also when they snuck into the building, like, so it was just like we had his robe, his urn, and then just a pile of shirts and a set of keys, and we're just like, what the hell?
Oh,
Yep.
And whatever knickknacks else he may have hidden in his body.
We think that we would have put the shirt in
the
some of our
urn.
like
Oh.
urns.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's true. I
Yeah.
forgot we had to do
Yeah,
that.
so that
Mhm.
way like our stuff isn't all like spread out. It's just like
so then it was
a
just
cloak,
urn, cloak,
belts.
keys.
Yep.
the key.
All right.
Well, never mind.
Which I don't think they would have dragged the keys to be sneaky through the building because
Well,
they'd be
yeah,
like,
it's
clink, clink,
it's only
clink,
a
clink, clink,
1 inch
clink, clink,
wide opening, so
Don't underestimate the stupidity of Shoal though, or overconfidence.
Yes, that's true. It
all
wouldn't
right.
even make it in though, so it'd be like
Yeah, there'd just be like a
Stuck
bunch
on
of
the
bugs,
door.
tink, 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 pulling it over and over against the door. All right, you head on out of the alleyway. What is your marching order? Is it the same as before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
We are
Correct.
paying a lot of attention to see if there are any more children running up towards us.
Mhm.
I will eat them.
It's about midday.
Your thing's
And
off too as well.
sorry, what was that?
I was saying his thing was off.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
it come back on?
There
Is
you
it
go.
back on?
It's on
It's
now.
not, yeah. I don't think you clicked it
Good.
off.
It's really funny when you do the voice without it. We will.
You head out onto the main thoroughfare and begin trekking your way, retracing your steps from the kind of frantic chase that you just participated in back through the market district. It's in full swing now. The streets are extremely crowded and hustling and bustling with both vendors and patrons haggling for different wares. And you were about halfway through the market district at the time. So it only takes you about 20 more minutes to wind your way through the city blocks. and you eventually arrive at the outskirts of downtown Toraigh. You begin to trek across a wide open expanse of farmland that sits in the center of the city of Toraigh's walls. Off in the distance, you can see a section of the city's walls that are not off-white like the rest of them, but rather made of a dark gray stone. And unlike the downtown district, few of the rooftops can be seen rising above these dark gray walls. Everyone go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Just one?
Mhm.
2.
Mm,
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
Nice.
We got a 7.
Okay. As you're walking, I guess Ruben, since you're at the front, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Absolutely. $16.
Okay. With a 16, as you're looking across the flat expanse, or the roadway that treks around the farmland in the middle of the city, you can see there's a little bit of a buildup of traffic, foot traffic, down a ways down the road on which that you're on, and you can see it looks like there are several cream-colored armored individuals that are stopping folks on the road. And it looks like people are kind of waiting in line to be spoken to before they go any further down this section of road.
All right. I turn around and just kind of like subtly stop the crowd, and I'm like, there's those cream-colored folk again. I say, we kind of deviate from this path, not to make ourselves known. Do you agree?
I'm just
Ooh.
laughing that you called them cream colored folk. They're your people.
Well, wasn't that like an inside joke that we called them that, or did I just make that up?
No, I mean it's
No,
kind of
the-
is. Everybody calls
Everyone
them
calls
that.
them the creamies, yeah. It's just the fact cream colored folk. Oh,
Yeah, I'd like to
Disassociated.
avoid them if all possible.
probably be for the best considering it was only yesterday that they did a bunch of stupid shit.
Before we continue, I cut off the crowd. I'm like, good. I'm glad we're in agreement. So I proceed the opposite direction.
Okay. Yeah, so it adds a little bit to your travel time, but what you're able to do is you're able to take one of the roads off of this road that goes into the city plaza, which is kind of the governmental district of Toraigh. You walk by a couple of very, very large, like almost mansion-sized buildings across these farmlands, and then arrive in kind of a circular plaza with a bunch of very large, very ornate-looking buildings that look like they have not been upkept in a long time. They have a lot of peeled paint and things like that, but yet still have like statues placed on the tops of each of their corners of the buildings and different types of columns and pillars adorning the front entrances to each of these buildings. You walk through the city plaza and take the road diagonally that connects back to the opposite side of where that little stop was. And you begin to approach those dark gray walls once again. The road rounds the gate to this district, and you can see the large section of wall has an opening in the center with two large towers on either side of a massive rectangular gate, which is open. Through the gate, you can see a large cluster of slovenly, rundown buildings, some large and built out, but no matter how big they are, none of them are well kept. There is a ton of foot traffic coming in and out of the gate, and stepping through the gate, you can feel yourself step from solid dirt and gravel roadway into slick and thick mud. And walking in past some of these larger buildings, you see that kind of this entire district, the slums, seems to sit on this muddy decline, which descends toward the white-walled borders of the city down by the bay. In the center of the square, right as you enter the slums, you can see a small marketplace with many mud-stained carts and wagons set up around the perimeter in rows, and in rows in the center of the plaza. In the air, you smell a faint mixture of manure and fresh mud. And you see a much more destitute-looking crowd, mostly in kind of tattered garments and rags, gathered around doing their daily shopping for the day. Anna, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Well, while she's doing that, are there
Mhm.
like equal numbers of toys and Fomorians, or is it like predominantly one or the other?
I would say it looks to be about like 85%
7.
toys.
Hmm.
Okay. It looks to be about 85% toys, but there are some Fomorians in the mix. Most of the Fomorians, I think you would notice, are kind of, they tend to make up the homeless and like the beggars. And you can even see like in the side alleys that lead off of the center square, there are tents set up between buildings and things like that. And it seems like a lot of the Fomorians inhabit those. But for the most part, it is toys. You exit the square and head down a large main road that heads further down the slope and begins to wind further into the crowded interior of the center of the slums district. You can see that although the buildings in the center are large multi-floor establishments around the market, once you go a few blocks down, the roads that go off of this main road that you're traveling on, the buildings rapidly get smaller, and you can see down each of these roadways that you're passing, faintly, it quickly devolves into rows and rows of just tiny one-room shanty-type structures as far as the eye can see. At almost every street corner, you can see beggars and other homeless denizens of the district with blankets stretched out over the mud, and many of them with outstretched hands or cups set out in the mud for people to drop them their coin. Though the streets aren't crowded, busy, they are not abuzz with lively conversation. Most people walk with intention in small groups, keeping their heads down, or pull small, like one-man carts or wagons behind them, not making eye contact. As you get further and further down the slope, the massive white outer walls of the city of Toraigh loom up hundreds of feet above you, still guarding the city as if the cliffside still stood. At the base of the walls, there is a small bay of thick, brown, muddy water. You can see an odd few one-man boats drifting across it, the water not much different in color than the ground itself. The road opens up to a muddy walkway, which Reuben would know is considered Still Tide Square. In the center of the walkway are a few willow trees, which look like they are on the edge of life. And on the mud beneath the trees is a small encampment of tattered canvas tents and lean-tos. And there is essentially like a large homeless encampment in the center of this square. And then a bunch of larger 2 or 3 story buildings that surround the outskirts of the square. And you can hear the sounds of industry down here in the square. There's a lot of banging hammers. You can hear sawing. A lot of these buildings appear to be workshops of some kind or another. And you've arrived in Still Tide Square. You've got about 30 minutes probably until you'll be able to find Veo based on your travel time. So what are you all doing as you're waiting here?
Well, I'd like to look around to see if there's like a more discreet location for us to wait,
Sure. Yeah, make a perception check.
because now I'm on my toes, or my big fluffy rabbit feet. I rolled a 17.
Yeah, with a 17, I think you'd be able to see there are a couple of spaces between the buildings that they're not really alleyways, but they're kind of muddy treks in between the buildings that you could go to kind of wait against a wall. Or if you wanted to kind of seek cover under one of the trees in kind of this muddy park that's in the center, that would be another good place to kind of keep out of sight as you're waiting.
All right, everyone. What do you think of hiding underneath a tree while we wait for Veo? I think the tree would be a better option to see Veo,
Yeah.
But I could see the clearing from the alley.
Yeah, both would give you, the tree would give you probably an easier vantage point, but you can see easily enough from out of the alleyway if you needed to.
All right, then I'm going to change the conversation. All right, everyone. You see that alley over there? And you see that tree over there? Now, given the most recent events, I think we should be a little bit discreet while we wait this half hour out. So, what do you think? Alley or tree? Let's take a democratic vote.
Be like the tree.
I think I just invented democracy.
Your voice is off again.
Wait, what?
We like the tree.
Oh.
Tree sounds nice.
Raina is gonna look around, seeming completely distracted, and say, "Do you think taking out gangs like the Greybloods is gonna help the folks around here?"
I think burning the entire city to the ground would probably be more helpful, but what do I know?
I mean, their homes don't look like much, but I don't think burning them would help, personally. But I don't know.
I feel like everybody has to go. I feel like all the groups have to go. I feel like the enforcers have to go. I think this town just needs to start over.
Veo told us that there's an order, and understanding a little bit more about one piece of it is kind of the important building block of solving the big problem here. So I say we just go with the flow, and then we burn the city down if we have to. Thinking, buying that. That was I laughed. That laugh was from Ruben. That was like, I'm trying to make a joke. Okay.
Little gallows humor.
We all. We haven't
Yes,
necessarily
it's so much funnier when you have to explain it.
committed to helping the Greybloods yet, right? So like,
this is Jack explaining Ruben, by the way, not okay.
I mean, we're only pretending to help.
we're not even members; we're just contractors.
Let's
Yeah,
end
so
Veo's.
helping.
Let's
Yeah,
end Veo's
pretend.
trust, and then we'll take that as our first step.
Yeah, if we don't like them, we can overthrow them as our first step.
We're kind of dating.
Yeah, I like
Already
that.
unimpressed.
Well, all right, but we should make sure we're trying to help these people as much as we can, because I don't like this.
Oh yeah, helping the like innocent people, all for that, but everyone else kind of sucks.
Are these people innocent?
Which people are you referring to?
Which people are you referring to?
I'm talking about the people who are literally not part of any group.
I think there's
everybody's part of
innocence.
a group.
I mean, like,
Everybody has a clan, a hive, if you will. Whether it is a queen, a maker, a breaker, everyone belongs to someone.
I think there's innocence in everyone except monsters. Monsters are just evil.
when you say monsters, what do you mean by that?
I mean, otherworldly beings, beasts.
Like not Fomorians.
Like not.
Fomorians.
No. Obviously, I'm not talking about us and them. And you know what? In my mind, there is no separation. There's just us. And no, I'm not referring to us as monsters. I'm referring to something completely different. Okay. You know, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's just go to the fucking tree.
We're
Yeah,
getting right philosophical.
it gets a little tricky in the world of the Wilder, but like non-sentient, what might be considered monsters in the world of D&D are in the Wilder are more considered like beasts. And so, yeah, I think that's what Ruben's referring to.
Yeah, my bad. I'm
It's all good.
No,
No, that was a good
We
Like,
just
fine.
came off a
clarifying.
conversation with a really racist woman, so I just want to make sure.
Is
But
it
she
true?
was friendly racist, right?
There's no
I-
such thing.
I don't think she was friendly.
So are you all heading to the alleyway?
I think the
Tree.
tree.
Tree? Okay.
The tree. I
Um,
think we like the tree. I think we're all gravitating towards that tree. That tree looks nice.
Yeah, so you all walk over to the tree, and you notice
There's
there
another
is
group standing there. After
there are large collections of like homeless toys and rags and kind of covered in mud that are all kind of eyeing you all as you come to take up a spot next to the tree.
Just toys?
Here it looks like it is mostly toys, yeah. And yeah, what do you all talk about as you pass the time?
I'll sit down or stand next to Anna, and I think I heard you say while we were chasing those kids that kind of grew up with a similar past. Like you said a word that they kind of recognize,
Oh yeah, I told them that they wouldn't pay them.
right? I thought that was interesting because I kind of grew up. I wasn't orphaned myself, but a lot of the people I grew up with were, and kind of grew up in that lifestyle. So it was kind of nostalgic.
Ah, yes, running around the street,
Yeah.
stealing from people.
It was fun when you were a kid. Wasn't so much fun
I
as
mean,
the recipient of the stealing.
if I'm being honest, I don't remember. So
Oh, sorry.
things just get a little foggy.
Is this in all of our earshot?
I guess that would be up to Anna and Flynn. How hard are you guys trying to guard this conversation?
I'm not trying to like be like announcing it to the group. Like
Yeah.
like halfway between like
I think
completely.
probably people could probably hear you talking faintly, and if they wanted to listen, and they probably could.
Yeah. If you wanted to listen, you'd hear. If not, it would just be like background.
Oh, I'm cursed with that. I heard everything.
Big ol' ears.
Yeah, I don't have memories of about 25 years past. Like I
Oh.
can only remember the past 25 years. After that, it's gone.
My mind tends to kind of race and go all over the place, so I've kind of gotten used to keeping a journal. That helps me remember things. So
I mean,
maybe
even
that
if I
would
kept
help.
a journal, I like, yeah, no, it's, it's not it's not necessarily a, oh yes, I don't remember because it was so long ago, and it's not like that. It's like I woke up 25 years ago
Oh, okay.
and don't have anything before that.
Well, I apologize for my ignorance. There's a lot I'm still
I mean,
learning about other people, and is that like
it's not a normal thing to happen, so it's
okay?
I mean, don't feel bad for not knowing, because as far as I'm aware, I am one of the few. I don't really know anyone else who has gone through something similar.
Does that have anything to do with your smoking condition? After saying that, it sounds.
You're chain smoking.
Yeah, you'd really kick that habit, by the way.
I honestly, if I could, I would. Yes, it does. But it's one of those things that I don't know really why it happened. I just know it did, and I'm trying to figure it out and find out the cause of it, because I'm sure I had a life before. and people that cared about me, but I don't know who they are.
Sucks.
But I
Oh.
mean, even after
Sucks.
waking up, I lived on the streets, so I still know that feeling of
Yeah.
living on the streets. And
Well, you must have been, not to interrupt y'all, but
Hey, Raina.
Raina's here.
we're all here.
Yeah.
You don't look that old. You must have been pretty young, right?
yes, I mean,
You don't know?
I don't really know how to explain it because this is not me.
Well, I love learning and discovering new things. Maybe part of the information we can get from the Greybloods will help point us to learning more about what happened to you.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you can ask?
Oh, hey, Shoal.
You're standing next to us.
We will
Come
pop
on,
up
the
on
joke.
my eyes. Is there anyone you can ask?
Not that, I mean, there's the few people that are in my life currently have only ever known me as I currently am. So I haven't necessarily found anyone that knew me before. So, no.
So
I
you were.
appreciate.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
So you woke up alone?
If by alone you mean that I was the only living thing in the vicinity, yes.
So you woke up on a rock?
If that's what you call a pile of bodies, yes.
You must have been hungry.
No, actually, I don't feel that, really.
This sounds like an event that like somebody should know about. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can I kind of like be listening, but not like I don't feel like Ruben would be like involved with the conversation like everyone else is. I'm just kind of sitting on the tree, just like festering, as he does. He's just like, "Oh, I could have done better job in that conversation, But he hears, he hears that, and I don't know. I guess I'm just curious if I know anything about this waking up in corpses thing. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and make a history.
A history check. Ignore that. Ignore that check. Well, I guess we can.
Yeah,
okay,
we can
so,
just add your your history, but modifier.
My history is +4, so I rolled a 12.
Yeah, it's difficult with the amount of detail you have now to really pin down what exactly might be going on here. But you feel like maybe if you were able to learn a little bit more about the circumstances or the location or anything like that, you might be able to have a greater insight, but you don't have it now.
Okay. So he just looks up at Anna and he furrows his brow. And then he looks back down.
Did you have a question? You looked confused.
Do you know where you were when you woke up in the corpses?
Yeah, I was.
Excellent.
I woke up in this town called Alnwick. I mean, it doesn't ring any bells for me just because I have no memories of it, but I know that was, on the signs when I woke up.
Okay. How do I check if I know Alnwick? Is that another history check?
It wouldn't be a history check for you, Ruben.
I don't think I do, but should I make a history check?
Are you saying
probably
it's not a
would
history
not
check
know.
because he
Yeah, I don't
knows
think I
something
do.
already?
Would I?
No.
Wandered around a little bit.
Who is it?
Jack has this look of realization.
Ruben,
no, I was just smiling because we're all going around asking if we know this town, and clearly I'm not the one that knows it, or I
you
am.
do know it, Ruben. It's a place where a great tragedy occurred a very long time ago, and many, many people were killed.
I don't like that this is happening like this. I don't know what this is. Okay.
I love that it's happening like this.
Be
He
some-
stands
for the record.
okay, all right. Ugh, okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're good.
Ruben stands up really quickly, walks up to Ruben, or walks up to Anna,
walks up to himself.
and he looks her in the eye, and he goes, "When?"
25 years ago. At that, I'm aware. I mean, it could have happened or late. I don't know. That's just when I woke up.
And it's just nothing to you. Just waking up in a pile of cups is just nothing to you.
Yep.
All right. I don't know what your connection is to this, but
Do you know something about it?
I know very little about it, and it eats me up inside every day.
Okay.
Sounds like you two can find some answers together then.
Did something happen that, like, are you personally connected to it?
Yeah, I'd say very personally connected to it.
In what way?
Whatever incident happened, it killed my wife.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be personally connected to it.
You were married?
This isn't her body, is it?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
You didn't know.
Wait.
Nobody responded to that question.
What do you mean, her body?
How? That was an odd one, yeah.
That is weird, and I don't know how I feel about that question. I feel like that would probably raise some emotions. So I'm gonna just holding back any feeling of animosity I have for you. I'm going to just turn around and walk back to the tree because that probably pissed me off a little bit.
Shoal was sitting next to Anna, but now they are going to curve their body a little bit and look up at them like this. What do you mean, her body?
I did not mean for my initial questions to lead to all of this, and I apologize for digging all this up. I think now's a good time to give them space. I feel like we've asked enough questions for now, unless Anna wants, it's her backstory. But maybe we stop bugging.
But not her body?
At about this time, all of a sudden you just hear, "All right, are we ready to get to work?" And standing right behind Flynn is Veo.
Oh, I've never been more ready to get my mind off of a situation than right now. Let's go.
Great. And she reaches into her coat and pulls out 4 blindfolds, like just they're black pieces of straps of cloth, and she starts handing them out to each of you. And she gets to you, Shoal, and she looks for a second and it's like, "Oh, right," and reaches into her pocket and pulls out a bag and says, I was thinking, I don't think tying would really work for you, would it? So here you are. And she goes to put the bag over your head shape.
Before it reaches over our head, we make another curious look at Anna.
Joel just kind of looks quizzically at Anna as this bag comes over
If
their
Anna
head
could sweat,
form.
she would. Oh
Um,
God, I revealed too much. Fuck,
and-
fuck.
uh, And Veo kind of waits looking at all of you to tie your blindfolds.
This is getting awfully familiar.
Yeah, I guess this is part of the life.
It gets difficult around here until you build trust. I understand.
No, we've been blindfolded before and brought to a random place, so it's familiar territory, to be honest.
Really?
You know, I
When
think
did
I'm
that
getting
happen?
None of your business.
Fair enough.
kind of used to it, to be honest.
I like not knowing where I'm going. Kind of makes it easier to forget where I've been.
Well, I'll say this. If you manage to come back out of the tunnels alive, I think that's enough to have earned to know where you came. And I'll let you leave without a blindfold.
And a bunch of gold, right?
And a bunch of gold.
But if we're unsuccessful, we would die. So the blindfold seems a little pointless.
That's in case you
I guess we could
survive, but don't
run
come back to
away.
me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. This isn't my first rodeo. Well,
I tied the
Lorena?
blindfold.
okay, everyone's tied up.
Yeah.
Okay. Once the blindfolds are on, Shoal, you can actually still see.
Yeah.
We want to make conscious effort to track where we are going.
Yeah. No, it's no problem for you. You don't need to make any conscious effort because you can see as if you weren't blindfolded because the whole rest of your swarm is unrestricted. But the rest of you feel several like hands, like a pair of hands on each of your backs as people begin kind of moving you. And Shoal, you can see that 5 other cloaked individuals have come from the crowd in the square and start moving all of you in a line. They start moving you in a line towards one of the larger buildings that's kind of in the center of the row of buildings that is against the shoreline of this muddy bay. As you walk up to it, Shoal, you can see it has a sign hanging from it that says the Still Tide Ale House.
We can't read.
Oh, you can't read. That's right. Okay, never mind.
We see a sign. What color
You
is
see
the
a sign. You see a sign, and you would see that it has like an emblem on it of like a pouring mug. And you walk inside, and everyone else, you would be immediately greeted by the smell of ale and dull kind of conversation and things like that, clinking of glasses. You are walked through this kind of open room, it seems, and brought into another room, and you hear a door closing behind you, and suddenly all the voices in the room before become much more kind of muffled. And you can tell from kind of the way the footsteps echo in this room that it's much smaller. And Shoal, you would see that they've been brought into kind of this back cellar type setup where there's a bunch of kegs and other food stores. They then open a trap door, take the blindfolds off, and say, right then, down the ladder, and you notice Veo's not there.
Any advice for us? Have you guys been down here before?
You see one of the cloaked figures who's wearing kind of like studded leather underneath. They are a poppet with long, kind of wavy blonde hair, and they say, "I was here when Jasper was recovered. He was mangled something fierce. He said a creature he couldn't see came out of the darkness and just eviscerated him in an instant. Spent several hours crawling back up here.
It's good he got away. That sounds
He didn't
pretty
get
rare.
away in the end."
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I appreciate that. I think that'll help us a lot.
Best of luck.
Wasn't in vain. Thank you.
Thank you. What is your name?
Oh, my name's Freya.
Good luck, Freya. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll
She
let
gets
you
this
know if we
expression on
find
her
any of
face.
Jasper.
She gets this expression on her face like, why would I need luck? And then starts walking out of the room. And
If she trips on a banana peel because she had no luck.
no! I should have taken the luck.
Did you roll for banana
Um,
peel?
And yeah, you all are able to now kind of with visibility now climb down this ladder.
What is the visibility down there? Is it dark?
It is dark. Yep.
I will dancing lights.
Sure.
And I think it's 3. I have 3 like little glowing orbs of different color that I can kind of control with my puppet strings and move around to help us see things.
All right. And that is where we'll pick back up after our break. All right.
Time flew by today.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we will be back in about 15 minutes. We are doing a giveaway during the break. We'll be posting a form in the chat to give away some stickers, which Emily, I believe you have a preview of. So these are Magnum L stickers from the webcomic, which look really, really awesome.
And this sticker
And
that I only have on my notebook, but
Let the Dice Roll a Story. I have it on the back of my car.
This
it's a really durable
surprisingly
sticker.
Yeah, it is
good
really
bumper
durable.
Sticker.
Yeah, it hasn't faded at all or anything. So if you'd like that, be sure to fill out the form, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. See you then. All right, and welcome back. Really quick, we'd just like to announce that the winner of our giveaway is Greatest. Congratulations. So look forward to an email from us in order to collect your prize. Woo. All right. So you all are descending down. What you can see now is like a 50-foot or so long series of ladders down this kind of 5-foot wide hole in the ground underneath this room. You see, thanks to Flynn's dancing lights kind of illuminating the way, you can see that it kind of opens up down at the bottom as you approach and expands into this about 20 by 20 kind of dirt room where the ladder ends. And I will sync all your view. Are you all able to see your characters
Mm-hmm.
and the map?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I still have token lock on. Sorry. I'll turn that off here. You can see that the room is filled with kind of still scattered clumps of dirt and rock. And there is a small 5-foot wide hole in the wall that leads out into what looks like a larger hallway. And Flynn, what's the range on your dancing lights?
That's such a great question. I'm glad you asked. 120.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you're able to extend these out in front of the group as they're walking. Shoal, as you take a peek out into this larger hallway, you can see that this is a hallway that's made of a lot more stone than dirt, like this room that you were just in. The air is very stale, and there's not a lot of wind moving down this hallway or anything. There are a bunch of stones discarded throughout the hall, and then these wooden supports that have been these beams that have been kind of put up into corners of the ceiling to suspend it a little better. And yeah, you all are welcome to move about. Up to the right of you, Shoal, you can see there is an end to the tunnel where there is kind of a massive cave-in and a huge pile of crushed stone that block that path.
We forgot. What is our purpose here again? We are to clear out the mines of any bad things?
Essentially.
I think there's a
Oh.
monster down here. That we have
something's
to
something's
take care of.
killing the diggers,
A beast.
the people who are clearing out everything, and so they need us to clear that out.
Okay. We will yell down the hall. Come out, wherever you are.
Uh,
We are
All right.
yelling.
All right, Shell, you're yelling. That's really good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start proceeding down the tunnel.
We're
Okay.
gonna race you.
And well, I'm
You
not
want
paying
to
attention to you because I'm festering.
As you move, this tunnel declines sharply as
Yeah.
you continue moving down it. And after a few moments, you hear, come out, wherever you are, echoing back up the tunnel.
But it's Shoal's
Yeah,
voices.
Shoal's voice. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
It
question.
would be really creepy if it was somebody repeat, like the
Mm.
bear from that movie.
Oh my God, yeah.
No.
I know what you're talking about. What's it called?
Yeah, I lost it. I love that movie.
Yeah, that was so freaky.
I
Yeah,
have no concept of what you're talking about.
that's a movie with Natalie Portman.
That one movie
Oh,
with Natalie
Annihilation?
Annihilation, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
good.
Oh, yep.
Rain, are you keeping up with the group?
Yes.
I have
kind
a.
Just keep in mind that your character tokens reflect where you are in real time. So,
All right, I was gonna say Anna's kind of like staying back slightly just because she feels like she gave away way too much and everyone's gonna hate her now.
okay.
All right, Shoal, hang back. Let the
Yeah,
others catch up.
I'm gonna ask you guys to stop moving real quick, just so I can let you know what it is you're walking into.
Oh yeah.
You hang back. We
we're
are
jogging.
familiar with this. This is our expertise.
Real quick, if I tell people about my snare when I put it down, will they still trigger it, or like would they know to avoid it and still be able to walk through the tile I put it in?
Yeah, I think if you point it out to them, then they won't get caught by it.
Okay.
Um,
Well, before they got too far, I would have announced, everyone, I'm leaving a little trap in case something tries to come in behind us. Or, if they chase us, we can run through here. Just avoid it. Blah, blah, blah. All that.
okay.
noise.
And
I'm
then-
gonna leave.
Did you hear something, Shoal?
Can you use the
We
draw
were
tool
not
for me
thinking. Yeah.
to place your trap?
I can certainly try. I wanted it like right on this square.
Did you hear with your big ears?
Oh wait, I think the echo made it to us. Yeah,
Oh,
I heard everything.
No. Oop. Stolen draw.
I wonder where the snare is. We heard it's there, but not where.
Oh my god.
It's after the two hi hats. Didn't. That was pretty good, right?
Anna would like to leave.
Ruben too would like to
I
hide
step
forever.
into my own snare.
Yeah, so coming into this room, you can kind of see the tunnel has a pile of like rubble where this wall has been kind of broken apart and separated again. And this kind of man-made tunnel, for lack of a better term, becomes a much more natural cavern. You can see this natural cavern is filled with stalactites and stalagmites. And it goes up maybe 50 to 60 feet or so in certain crevices. You can't see very far up just because Flynn's lights don't illuminate that high up unless they go up there. But from where you're standing right now, you can see there are these piles of material throughout the floor of this space. Are you all moving in this tunnel stealthily?
No,
It
we
didn't
will
sound
yell.
like it, no.
Well, I know Shoal already yelled. I'm kind of asking everyone else.
I mean, I don't
Um,
really see the point after that, but
So
I'll.
all right, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the way Flynn is moving through this is I'm like moving my dancing lights around a lot to try to create, because I was just told that it was like an invisible creature. So I'm trying to like use them to cast shadows and try to see if any of them look.
Yeah, trying to like move around and illuminate as much of the space as possible. Yeah.
My
Great.
token's gone. Okay, so while you guys were talking, I rolled a 15
We
stealth.
are
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't see my token. I don't know what happened.
because we are in
Yeah,
first,
people are on top of you. That's why.
intentionally.
Get the hell off of me. Just kidding.
Ruben, go ahead and roll a perception check.
My best strength. My wisdom. I rolled a 9.
You hear fluttering up in the ceiling of this cavern.
So am I to believe that the fluttering is on the ground level where we just were?
No, this cavern doesn't reach where you just were.
Oh, 'cause we
It's
went
about
down.
50 feet tall. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, everybody kind of back up a little bit. I'm hearing some fluttering above.
That doesn't sound threatening, to be honest.
Well, it
Fluttering.
depends on how big the fluttering is, right?
Sounds like
How
normal cave
many?
things.
We will try to see what the fluttering is.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. Oh, sorry, my window's in front of it. I can't see.
9.
Oh.
Sorry.
A
Yeah.
9.
Rolled a 9.
+7
Yeah.
is doing some work.
You also hear some very loud
Some heavy
fluttering,
lifting.
but don't see anything in particular among the whatever they are. I forget, mites or tights, but the
Tights.
stalactites
Tights
are.
come Down. and,
You don't
go
see
up.
anything amongst the stalactites.
Come out, wherever you are.
All right.
Um,
I think it's a good idea to do that, but I think maybe from now on we shouldn't.
as
do
you
that.
do that, Shoal, you hear the fluttering pick up in pace, and then you hear this kind of chittering, and then screeching.
Shivering and screeching, huh?
Then flying
on a
down
normal
from the
Tuesday.
ceiling, expanding these massive leathery wings. You see a whole swarm of giant bats come flying down to the ceiling directly at you all. And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
I want to say, like, they're going
Oh,
to fight us or just
baby.
fly?
I don't know if they're actually leather. They seem more like 90% polyester.
Seems about right.
No inside jokes on the stream.
Sorry.
We rolled a 17.
It was
for
like
it.
really, that was, I don't know.
It was good. It
It
was
was good.
good.
It was good.
I have an 11.
Did I redeem myself from the didn't joke? I hope so.
I got
Right.
Rolling initiative
21.
to see who gets to ride the bat.
Wow,
Sure,
for once
right.
I'm not first.
Yeah, to see who rides the bat. That's right. That's
Mhm.
exactly what it is.
I love
Is that
bats.
a euphemism?
Hope
To
not.
ride the bat?
I would hate it if it was.
I don't believe so. Yeah, I hate it too. Give me just 1 second here as
feel like there's a
In a
Meatloaf
country,
album
you
cover
don't
about that.
Ride the bat?
You mean bat?
Hell?
Yeah, that's what it is. I never listened to Meatloaf, but my dad had that
Yeah.
record, and I
The
always
best
thought that artwork
part-
was sick.
Not only did we all
Sick.
say it at the same time, it's like we also had the added shoal voices. There's like 20 people saying bat out of hell at the same time.
Um,
Oh, rest in peace, Meatloaf.
give me 1 second here. Apologies.
Okay. We're having a
Wait,
moment of
froze for a
silence for
second.
Meatloaf.
No, I haven't.
I was like, we never got to find out what he wouldn't do for love.
Not that.
But what is that?
He won't do it.
Took
He'll
it
never
to his
know.
grave.
Alrighty. That should be everyone.
Oh.
While
Um,
you- Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And suddenly the ceiling of this cavern becomes almost impossible to see as the room just becomes filled with gigantic bats.
Oh.
That's a lot of bats. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh bother.
Back him down the tunnels. Get a bottleneck going.
Okay,
Can I say that real quick?
sure.
No.
Top of the initiative,
No.
this giant bat comes swooping in on Shoal, who has kind of announced themselves here.
We are bats. We are bats. We are
Oh,
bats.
We are bugs.
No bats
Flies
and
up
bugs.
to Shoal here.
Are you
And
now the prey, Shoal?
as it comes swooping down from the ceiling, it lets out a screech as it opens its mouth and tries to sink its fangs into you and bite you.
Good luck, idiot.
It gets a 23 to hit,
Oh my
which
God.
hits,
Sorry, I'm sorry. I wished it luck, Phil. I didn't. I didn't mean it.
dealing Shoal 4 damage.
Oh.
And Reyna, it is your turn.
Reyna is mad.
Reyna hates bats.
She does now.
Reyna, I hate bats. I don't know why I heard
Reyna
it that way.
angry. No talk, me angry.
All right. She will go into a rage. She does not like these bats attacking Shoal
Mm-hmm.
and go to attack Giant Bat 1. But she has new features to her rage.
Ooh.
Thank you to leveling up. Let me just
Love that for her.
yeah.
That's a good look for her.
Would you like me to actually read off what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So she now has ancestral protectors, which are just plants. But anyway.
No more.
Way to sell it.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Spectral warriors, or in this case, plants, appear when you enter your rage. While you're raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of the plants, which hinder its attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you. And when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack, that creature has resistance to the damage from the attack. Target's attacks, yes. So all these vines are springing out of the ground and kind of functioning as a taunt and protecting the rest of you.
Whoa. Where did these come from?
Hell.
Reyna will,
Naturally.
in her state of rage, will stay silent and swing her axe at Giant Bat number 1.
Okay. So you move up to Giant Bat number 1.
Yes,
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
these are huge.
So
Okay.
are
Giant.
each of these a swarm of bats?
They
or-
aren't. I just didn't have any
Okay, I
pictures
just
of a
wanted to
single
make-
giant
yeah.
bat.
Oh,
Son of
okay.
a bitch! I rolled a 1. It teetered on the 19.
Oh,
And
man.
I got a 1.
Brutal.
Start.
Brutal start.
So nothing. Well, whatever you want to happen, because I got a critical fail. But
No, that's fine. But the plants are all kind of just waving around, but they aren't attacking anything yet, right? Because you have to hit the creature.
I have to hit the
Yeah.
creature.
Unfortunate.
Rough.
Okay.
Great start.
That will bring it to Giant Bat 5's turn. Giant Bat 5 is going to swoop down to Reyna and attempt to bite her. The bat hits with a 21 to hit.
Oh my God, these bats.
And deals 4 damage, but it's halved, right? Because you're raging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that is its turn. Shoal, it is your turn.
We have a question.
I have an answer.
And I mean, Jake.
Yep.
So, is it like how are these bats staggered? Because obviously they're like coming down from like in 3 dimensions.
Yep.
Are they like any of them within like a 5-foot radius of each other, or just the 2 that just swoop down to attack
Just
us?
the 2 that swoop down to attack you are within a 5-foot radius of each other. The others are, but they're all about 50 feet up in the air if they haven't moved yet. But they are still within 5 feet of each other if you see them up that high.
Okay.
We will attack. Bat 1.
Okay.
We rolled a 20.
Well, so you're going to need to roll with disadvantage because you have somebody within melee range.
The fact that your entire head is blurred right now.
Oh
very
my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
We rolled a 1.
Not good. Yeah, so you go to throw your dart, but the bat is flapping right in front of you and just with one of its wings knocks the dart wide, and it does not make contact.
And it begins.
So 2 natural ones.
2
in a
natural
row.
ones to start and 2 rolls above a 20 from the giant bats.
I hope
That's
Veo
good.
isn't watching.
That's good.
I really talked us up.
Anything else on your turn, Shul?
We
For
will
Simon's sake.
scurry back and risk the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Can we end our turn in the same space as Reuben?
No, you can't. But
Even
you
though
could.
We're amorphous.
Yeah, you still can. But you could end it over here,
We
where I
will
just moved it
end
to. Or
there
there. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
and hide behind Reuben.
Okay. You will take 2 attacks of opportunity. One from Giant Bat 1 and one from Giant Bat 5.
Bring
Oh,
it.
it says bring
Oh
it.
my
Okay.
You really like to draw people to the fight and then immediately run away and
Such an
hide behind
instigator.
someone else.
Yeah, as you go
What a
to run
shit
off,
poster.
Bat 1 lashes out with its teeth and hits you with a
Oh
20
my God, these bats.
and deals you.
They have plus 19 to their roll.
They don't.
Are you
7
sure?
damage.
You mean we're the only ones rolling ones?
Yes,
That sounded
so
weird.
far. And then
Sounds fake, but okay.
Giant Bat 5 is also going to attempt to attack you as you run off, getting a 10 and missing. Finally, our first miss. Shoal knew it had to happen eventually. Okay.
They hurt. Be careful.
Reuben, it is your turn.
Next time when I say full back, listen. And then I have to, now I'm fucking getting in the middle of it. Oh, just kidding. I'm not actually mad.
I thought that was
But
a sword strike.
He's pissed. Yeah. No. Now you're going to get some of that. You're going to get an attack. Fuck this game.
What?
Fuck this game.
Oh no. I think
Oh,
Fantasy
no.
Grounds just decided you guys are all dead.
A 2.
Jesus.
I thought if I came in all heated.
Joke's on them. I'm already dead.
Yeah, with an 8 that misses as you run up
Of course
with your
it does.
short sword and you
Yeah.
swing at where the bat is, and because it's still kind of flapping its wings in the air, it just rises up a little bit and you swing underneath it.
I should have swung where it was going to be.
Hey, we bought healing potions this time. It's gonna be fine.
Someone has to be alive to administer them though.
Yeah.
Ruben, anything else on your turn?
Got more chutzpah than we have before. I think we'll hopefully be okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give myself Zephyr Strike for the next time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay. So as a bonus action, you cast Zephyr Strike. We just read what that does for us.
Of course. Sorry. I don't know why I'm eating.
No, it's fine.
That's so rude. You move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. So I can essentially walk away.
Yep.
Next time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then Flynn, it is your turn.
So there's the 2 bats that are like at our level.
Yep.
And then how far up are the other bats from them?
All the other bats are 50 feet up in the air.
Okay, I hate that. see.
You do ranged though.
Yeah, I wanted to really. Well, I'm not. Well, maybe next turn I'll do it. I want to do a good AOE, but
Wee.
well, since we can't roll to hit, I am going to use my new magic missile ability.
Oh, okay.
But I don't actually have it on my character page, so I need you to help me with that.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, I must have added it. I must have missed it. Hold on.
I forgot to remind you.
I thought I added it last session.
Um,
Oh, you know what? It might have gone unprepared, but you always have it prepared, so I just prepared it for you.
thank
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, these three, they're gonna kind of look like my dancing lights because they're glowing, but they're like darts, and I'm gonna shoot them out. And I guess I'll hit bat 1, 5, and 4.
Okay.
Do I just roll the damage on them?
Yep, just roll damage.
Okay, there. Boop. Boop. That's the sound effect it makes. Boop.
Yeah, so you all watch as Flynn pulls some flares from his pockets and fires them off, and they go right towards these three bats, lighting them up, dealing 4 damage to bat 1, 3 damage to bat 5, and 5 damage to bat 4.
I made that
All
sense as difficult as possible for you.
Anything else on your turn?
I will. I guess that's technically. Well, no, because they're 50 feet up. Yeah, I'm gonna go back around the corner. Rest my movement.
Okay. It is Bat 7's turn. Bat 7 is going to fly over Reuven and Reyna.
Great.
Is going to attempt to attack Reyna.
Bat guano.
It is Bat Guano. Oh,
Oh.
getting a 20 to hit.
God damn
That's
it.
okay. They should be attacking me. This is fine.
Dealing
But you're covered in poop. And I'm standing right next to you.
dealing 8 damage reduced to 4. And that is its turn. Giant Bat 2 actually can't get in the mix anymore because this tunnel is too low and you guys are still kind of in the entrance.
Hey. Yeah.
So it just kind of flaps around angrily. Angry flapping. And Anna, it is your turn.
Festering.
Plastic bat number 2. Constantly flapping.
So bat 7 is low now? Like low down?
Yeah, Bat 7 is about 10 feet in the air.
All right. Well, I guess Anna is going to run up and punch it.
I'm gonna have you move there just to stay on the graph.
Yeah. Okay. Let's remember to target because I always forget. And attempt to smack it.
Go for it.
That is a 18.
Yeah, an 18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage as Anna runs up and
roll
punches
something
this
higher
bat
than
in the
10.
face.
So 8 damage.
Yeah, nice. 8 damage.
Yeah, fuck you, bat.
Bat number 7.
Fuck you.
Flat face before. I've just punched its nose in.
Okay. That will make it Bat number 4's turn.
Wait, hold please.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I think I can do another attack as a bonus action.
You can.
So I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
Let's go.
That's with your action surge.
No, I think I actually It's part of my fighting style, I think. I remember reading it.
Let's see. Uh, No, unarmed fighting, unarmed strikes deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your strength. If you aren't wielding any weapons or a shield and you make the attack roll, it becomes a d8. At the start of each of your turns, you can deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to one creature grappled by you, but no extra attack as a bonus action.
Gotcha. Maybe I'm confusing that with a different character. I
But
thought I read
action
it somewhere,
surge.
but I do
Yeah.
have action surge,
Right.
but I don't want to use that right now. I think I only have so many of those anyway. But
Okay.
yeah, so then yes, that is the end of my turn.
All right. Bat number 4 is going to attempt to bite Reyna. And Reyna, you just have jaws coming at you from every angle. This bat misses with an 8. Bat number 8 also can't get in the mix
Ha.
and flies around angrily. And bat number 3 also can't get in the mix. Oh, bat number 3 is not visible. Sorry.
there's
Oh,
more.
good.
That's not fair to you guys. I'm sorry. You weren't operating with full information.
I mean,
But-
we could see that one of the bats was numbered 8, so
Yeah.
we know there's at least 8.
There you go. And same with bat number 6. So that will make it Giant Bat 1's turn. Giant Bat 1 lets out a loud and goes to strike at Ruben. Missing with a 15.
That's fucking right. Bad number 1.
Suck it, bat number 1. And Reyna, it is your turn.
I am going to attack bat number 1 again, hopefully with better luck this time. Yes, I got an 18 plus 4 is 22.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and I
And you're raging.
believe, yes, I think it's still plus 2 to damage.
Okay.
So I rolled a 4 plus 2 plus another 2, so
Okay.
8.
And that was to bat 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and that activates the plants.
Right. Yeah. So as your battle axe sinks into bat 1, all of the plants lunge forward and start, whapping him, and wrapping around their limbs, and they will deter the bat if it is to strike anyone but you.
Haha. And they will protect whoever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot.
Okay. That makes it right. Nothing else on your turn.
No,
Correct.
nothing else.
Okay. Giant Bat 5 is going to attempt to attack Reyna with its bite again.
Bring
and
it.
misses with an 11, making it Shoal's turn.
Another question.
Yes.
Same. So now that there are a cluster of bats,
Yes.
is it possible to throw a dart at one? What I'm thinking is doing a hail of thorns,
Yeah.
but at a high enough height where the party members are not within 5 feet. So they're like within 6 feet because these are giant bats and they're still in the air.
I think, let me just read Hail of Thorns real quick. Next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack for the spell ends, creates a rain of thorns that I think if you're creating a rain of thorns, it's going to rain on whoever is underneath the rain of thorns. But I'll say that I'll give any party members that are underneath a bat, I'll give them a +2 to their dexterity saving throw to be hit by it, because it's likely the bat's taking the brunt of it. And you could attempt that if you'd like.
We would. Our friends are tough. They can take the what are they called? Not needles, stingers.
Yep.
Okay.
You are still within melee range of one of them, so you would attack with disadvantage unless you were to back off first.
No. No.
Mm-mm.
Risk it.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
So we will cast Hail of Thorns and attack bat number 5. So let me put on disadvantage. Of course, I just rolled a 19.
Oh.
Oh, unfortunately, an 11 misses.
Hmm.
But that Hail of Thorns will still be primed for your next attack,
We
I
will.
believe.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else on your turn? Oh, I guess you already used your bonus action to cast Hail of Thorns.
We are sorry, friends. We cannot seem to get it right.
Okay, Ruben, it is your turn.
All right, I got something elaborate for you. It's probably not going to happen,
Hit
but
me.
we're going to try for it. So, giant bat number 7 is flying above me right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ruben realizes I would do anything for love, so he decides that he wants to ride that bat. So the way he plans on doing that is he jabs into it, like stab, and gets a good grip, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get my sword into that bat.
So you're going to try and implant your sword into the bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And- yeah.
That hits.
Oh, it
Oh.
does.
A 13 hits.
Oh well,
Nice.
I have two damages.
Dang.
Wait, did it just happen?
Yeah, it applied it automatically because you cast Zephyr Strike.
Oh right. I still have to do my second for Colossus Strike though.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did I just do? I'm dumb. Ignore that.
Yep, I'm ignoring it.
Ignore that.
Stricken from the
please.
record.
What happened to that bat? What is he okay?
Hold on one second here. I just want to check something really quick.
Yeah.
So your Colossus Slayer damage is an extra 1d8, not an extra damage roll from your sword. So just roll a d8 for me.
Oh, that's the thing it was doing. Wait, was it casting? Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I mixed up what was happening there.
All good. Yeah, so Bat 7 takes 13 damage and then another 7 from Colossus Slayer from Ruben. And you implant this short sword so deep into Bat number 7 that it dies and collapses in between you and Reyna.
That's what I thought would happen, but I, for the meatloaf,
Yeah.
I tried
Do it for
to ride
meatloaf.
it back.
Good job.
Do I still have the ability to leave the attack of opportunity?
You do, yes.
I still have the opportunity to leave.
Too late to head out.
Oh, I just entered someone else's attack of opportunity. One more. Okay,
Yep.
we're good.
Okay.
Stupid giant bat number 4. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
Oh,
Flynn, it is your turn.
Seven's gone.
Wait. I think this is just gonna be an old-fashioned crossbow shot at bat number 1.
Okay, fire away.
Nope, I got a 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 misses. You train your crossbow onto the bat, and just as you do, it moves to the side, and your dart goes wide and clatters against the back of the cavern wall.
Agile fucking bats. I'm gonna head even farther back.
Okay. Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Great. Bat number 2 is going to swoop in and take the place of bat number 7. And it is going to attempt to bite Anna.
Miss.
And hits a 14,
14.
Dealing-
My low AC.
Hey.
dealing 7 damage.
Ooh.
the smoking star.
Yes, and the smoke begins to billow. And that is the bat's turn. Anna, it is your turn.
Can you describe the smoke?
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's like an ethereal, kind of shadowy smoke
Black.
that is kind of like vapor
Look at her.
vaporizing off of it.
From where? From the skin, or from like any holes in the skin?
No, it's
From
not
any-
coming from the wounds. It's more of like an aura that's emanating from her as she takes more damage.
Not actually smoke,
No, yeah.
but it's the easiest way to describe it is smoke.
Can we tell that it is not smoke?
Yeah, you can tell it's not smoke.
Anna also takes out a cigarette and starts smoking.
Yeah, just to confuse.
What?
Yeah,
y'all?
on it,
What's
on
going
your
on?
turn.
Okay. I am then going to target number 2 and punch it in the head. Hell yeah, 25.
25 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Alright. Not a lot, but 6.
6 damage.
And then I can grapple it, I think, right? Yeah. Because I hit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for strength.
Do I roll or does it just I don't yes, never mind. How many times have I done this now?
27.
I rolled a natural 20.
With a natural 20, you
Damn.
reach up and punch this bat in like its underbelly and then grab it and pull it down to you, and now you're like holding on to it.
Give that bat a hug.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that is it.
Okay.
So now
That-
I'm hugging a giant bat.
You are hugging a giant bat. That makes it Bat 4's turn. Bat 4 is going to attempt to attack Reyna. Standing in the thick of it here.
The
And
whole like,
misses with a 5.
bat number
Mhm.
4 thing makes it sound like a game show.
Come
And here comes
Bat
bat
number
number
on down.
4.
Bat number 4.
Oh my goodness.
Bat number 8 is still out of the mix. Same with bat number 3 and bat number 6, although bat number 6 is now over here.
This narrow hallway is saving our asses.
Yeah,
And my
good
face.
positioning.
Fuck
Giant
yeah.
bat number
Thanks,
1 is
Ruben.
going to attempt to attack Reyna
In my sword.
and misses with a 2. And Reyna, it is your turn.
Bat number 1 is gonna get it. Let's see. Or better.
I'm hearing a
Okay.
euphemism thing.
11 plus 4 is 15.
15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, I'm gonna actually hit +2 in fantasy rounds this time. All right, rolling damage. So an 8
Ooh.
plus 2
Oh,
plus
yeah.
2.
And bat 1 collapses to the ground unconscious and lets out like a exhale, screech.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, that is my turn.
All right. Giant Bat 5 again attempts to sink its fangs into you, Reyna. And
Let's
misses with a
try.
10,
Haha.
making it Shoal's turn.
We are comfortable. We do not want to move. We have
Okay.
a good angle. We are going to attack 5. Oh, with disadvantage. Oops.
Give me another one. That
Well-
still hits with a
We rolled a
23 and a
23.
25. Yeah.
Okay. We had a 6 for damage,
Okay.
and
And then go ahead and roll the damage for Hail of Thorns.
ooh. With Swarmkeeper, are we able to move it before Hail of Thorns activates.
Let me check the wording of Hail of Thorns. I'll say yes, sure,
What?
because that sounds cool.
We will throw a dart at number 5. Because we are so strong, the momentum carries that number 5 to right here.
I can't see. Oh, so here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the explosion from Hail of Thorns happens in that 5 foot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for Hail of Thorns.
Is it damage?
I believe so. Yeah, it takes 1d10 piercing damage on a failure. So actually with the wording of Hail of Thorns, it's each creature within 5 feet. So with Giant Bat 5, technically Giant Bat 4 and Reyna are in range as well. Because it would essentially be in a circle around them.
There's still a bat on top of me, though, right?
Yep.
So and
Okay.
Giant Bat 2 as well then, no?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So all the bats. Okay, so should we roll 5d10? Or should we have each of them
Let me just roll.
d10s?
I'm going to roll their dex saves first.
Do you need me to roll mine
Yeah, go ahead and roll yours.
and add 2?
Add 2, correct.
Okay.
All right.
Dex save. Okay. 12 plus 3 plus 5 is 17.
17, I believe, is a success.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a lot of dice.
Yeah, so I'm rolling dex saves for the 5 bats here. So, Giant Bat 3 fails, Giant Bat 4 fails, and Giant Bat 2 fails. So roll me 3d10.
Separately?
Yeah.
Because I am holding on to Giant Bat 2, do I also?
No, you're fine because it's only you're not within 5 feet of Giant Bat 5, which is really what counts
Okay.
here.
So we would like 5. Wait. Oh, you do it. You do
Yeah,
it.
so I'm just going to do it in the order I did the saves. So Giant Bat 3 takes 8 damage. And then let's see here. Giant Bat 3 takes 8 damage. Giant Bat 4 will take 10. And Giant Bat 2 will take 7.
2 more? Or 3 more for half damage?
Is it half damage on a save or no damage on a save?
Half damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll the rest. Sorry, I thought it was no damage.
Man.
So, is it?
Yeah, and you're going to have to
half
roll
of-
damage for Reyna as well.
And
Those were 3.
Yeah, so roll 1 more for Reyna.
That
Right?
was.
Oh, yeah, okay.
okay, and that's
So
cut.
Reyna was.
it'll be halved and halved. So Reyna, you take 2.
Take a 4th.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
worth it.
yep, and then Giant Bat 8 will take 8. Giant Bat 5 will take 10.
Well, it's halved, right? So it takes.
Oh,
4 and
right,
5.
yeah. Sorry, it takes 4.
I'm with the
and
bats now. I'm
10.
helping.
Roll that.
Okay. Perfect. Man, yeah. So Shoal, you hold up your dart and just a whole cluster of insects get on board with the dart and go flying up towards Giant Bat 5 and then just rain down stingers on this entire room of bats, clipping all of them and dealing a massive amount of damage. Well
So
done.
cool.
We did
Hell
it.
yeah.
And we will turn to Ruben for a high 5.
Ruben's a little too focused at the moment. I'm sorry.
We will hold our hands.
Ruben, it's your
That's
turn.
cute. That's cute as fuck. Ruben kind of passing the high five, jumps up into the air at bat number 2.
Yep.
Attempting another stab situation.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 20.
A 20 hits.
Like a natural 20?
no,
Oh,
14.
dirty.
Oh.
I just rolled a
Six.
20, yeah.
Dirty 20.
And then dealing my first set of damage, I rolled a 4. And
Yeah.
then using my Colossus Strike to
Yep.
hit again.
For
Or to
8.
attack
Nice.
again for 8.
So much damage.
That's so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Remember when I punched that bat for 6?
I
Um,
chose this, but it's useless if I miss.
Well, so are most things.
I mean, yes.
Well, there was another one that let me have opportunity. Or not
Hmm.
opportunity,
Advantage.
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, and Giant Bat 2 collapses to the ground dead.
It just like dies in my arms. I'm like, fuck. Like,
Sorry, I don't know.
Batty.
I did that, yeah. All right,
everything I
so
touch dies.
hey, I guess I'll stay put. Let me no. Yeah, I think it'd be best if I just moved on from that. Go ahead, Flynn.
All right.
What do you got for us, Flynn?
All right, Flynn, it's your turn.
5, 10, 15. Peek my head around and see giant bat number 5. And
All right.
I'm going to do my own little crossbow dart. And it's not going to be nearly as exciting as Shoal. But
That took a lot of time.
I might hit with a 15.
15 does hit. Go ahead and roll
Let's
damage.
go. Okay. Damage. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah,
Got
it's dead.
11.
Hell yeah.
Yep, your dart collides right into the kind of snout of this giant bat and goes right up its nostril and it falls to the ground dead.
Cool. I'll duck back behind. Keep it up. We're doing it.
Okay, Anna, it is your turn.
All right. Time to punch more bats. I'm gonna go for bat number 4. Because this is what I did. 13?
13 hits.
Great.
Very close to a 1. That was a
5
1.
damage.
That was a 1. 5 damage to bat 4. And it is not looking good as your fist collides. Like you essentially give it like one of those ear slaps, but it's got gigantic ears. And blood
Its ears are
spatters
ringing,
out of it. Yeah.
For sure. Try to find yourself around now, dumbass.
Excellent.
That's all.
All right. It is Giant Bat 4's turn, and it is going to attempt to attack Anna, because it was attacked by Anna most recently, and misses with an 11.
I would like to riposte.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, hold on. So when the creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use a reaction and expend 1 superiority die to make a melee attack against the creature. If you hit, add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. Now, that I'm only using 1 superiority die, correct?
Yep. Yeah, so just check one off.
And does the superiority die have a numerical value?
Yeah, it's a D8.
Okay. I was like,
I
I
think.
don't know where it says that, but
Let's check here.
okay. So, but first I have to hit it, right?
Yes. First, you have to hit it.
So I do my normal attack, correct? I don't add the superiority.
You don't add it to the roll. Yeah, you
Just
just add
the
it to damage.
Okay. So we will. I
Ooh.
hit him.
That looks bad.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and
so-
roll for damage.
So I roll a d6 for my regular damage, which is 10 plus.
That
a
kills
D-
it.
Okay. Does that mean that I still have I have used that superiority? die?
You have still used it, yeah. Yeah, so the bat goes to attack you, and as it goes to bite you, you just kind of grab its mouth and jump over it and just start punching it in the head, and it dies.
Haha, bitch.
Giant bat number 8 swoops in and goes to attack Reyna. Hitting with a 21 and
Whatever.
dealing 3 damage, half to 1.
Ha!
Like nicked you with its teeth.
Yeah.
Ow. It's like a paper cut.
Why?
And now you're gonna have to get a rabies shot.
Giant
Oh,
Bat
the
3
worst.
flies in and goes to attack Reyna as well. And misses with a 9. And then Giant Bat 6 goes and flies overhead again. And goes to attack Reyna.
Wow, you really pissed them off, huh?
Good.
Yep.
How kind of them
That's
to all
what
come
happens
to
when you're in
me.
the front lines, yeah. It's good positioning. Hits with a 23. And as its fangs sink into your shoulder, you take 3 damage.
Half to
Well,
1?
6 damage, half to 3,
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
Do you remember in college when they told us our freshman year not to leave our windows open because we could wake up with bats on us and we had to get we had to get the rabies shots even if we didn't get bit? Do you
Oh
remember
no.
that?
I
Did they
had
not
that.
tell you that?
I don't remember. I did have a
told me
bat
that.
get into my room as a
Vermont
kid
is
though.
so weird.
That was
Huh?
New York.
Oh, that was New York. Okay.
Reyna, it is your turn.
All right. I will attack bat number 8.
Oh, they said a
Okay.
resident one time woke up with a bat on their chest and they had to get rabies shots because they didn't know if it was bit or not.
Mm.
God, that would terrify me.
So they told us not to open our windows at night.
Fair enough. Did they not have screens on?
Well, the bottom could open where there was a screen, but the top could also open, but there was no screen on that. So they said don't open that part at night.
right. Okay.
15 hits.
Maybe it was
Ha
just my dorm.
Yes.
Go ahead and
Might
roll
have been.
damage.
Okay. Adding 2. Rolling the damage.
Hell
8.
yeah.
So
We
I
can't
rolled an
roll
8.
attack,
So
so we can roll damage really well.
we sure can.
Yeah.
So 12 total.
Yeah, you lay into the spat with your battle axe and you almost cut a chunk off of the side of it underneath its wing. And it lets out a pained screech. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I am exactly where I want to be.
Okay. Shoal, it is your turn.
Reyna is at peace, surrounded by 3 giant bats.
As long as
I'm there
you
too.
guys aren't surrounded.
Wait, my bad. Real quick, Shoal, before you start, as I land from killing the last bat, I high five you.
Oh,
We want to make sure Giant Bat 6 did not hit Reyna, did it?
Giant Bat 6 did hit Reyna,
Did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Reyna is tough. We would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
These are animals, right?
They are.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're human.
Excuse me, Bat.
They're stuffed, kid.
Are you what have been attacking everybody?
They say, attack! Yes, attack!
Everybody. The other people who have been here?
We attack everybody.
They attack everybody.
You don't say.
Can you insight check animals?
Can, yeah. You want to
I
insight
just
check
like
it,
that
Shoal?
that was the turn.
Poor Shoal's not going to insight check them.
Shoal's already doing the detective work. Are you the culprit here?
Ruben
Yeah.
gets up again and goes for giant bat number 6. Misses.
Yes,
Probably.
unfortunately, an
Mhm.
11 misses.
I'm fine with that. Whatever.
Ruben makes peace with
Okay.
his missed strike as your short sword swing goes wide.
It was the goddamn high five. No,
I'll shoot bat number 6.
Okay, go for it.
I got a 17.
A 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8 damage. Yeah, your dart tears through the wings of one of the wing of the bat. And Anna, it is your turn.
Should have gotten real leather.
Alright. It's not that 90% polyester shit.
Dumb vegan bats. Just kidding, I'm sorry. To be clear, I have nothing. I support veganism.
Every time Ruben opens his mouth, Jack has to make a little public service announcement like,
Alright,
I don't hate vegans.
I'm going for bat number 8.
Want to apologize to all bats out there.
Oh!
I'm gonna like pile drive elbow this bitch.
Yeah, natural 20. You go ahead and pile drive giant bat number 8. Go ahead and roll damage.
Does it automatically double it?
It should automatically double it,
Okay.
yes.
That's going to be 10.
Oh, yeah, and that killed it as your pile driver just pummels that bat, and it actually gets impaled on a few of the stalagmites underneath it as you pull it
Hell
down.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
These bats ain't shit.
Giant bat number 3 is going to attempt to attack Reyna. And misses with a 13.
I'm saying.
Giant bat number 6 is also going to try and attack Reyna. And misses with a 9. All right, Reyna, it is your turn.
Let's see. I will attack. Sounds you bat 6. All right. Bat number 6. I got a 12 plus 4 is 16.
16 hits.
Cool. And we've got a total of 10 damage.
Nice. Yeah, your battle axe just collides like into the neck section of this bat, and though it doesn't behead it, just a gout of blood shoots out of it. It is heavily, heavily wounded.
Wow, you instantly gave this bat gout? That's a feat. Get it? Because gout.
Oh, feet.
And anything else, Reyna?
No. Just for the sake of my own paying attention, though, this one will have disadvantage if it attacks anyone but me.
Yes.
That's it.
Great. Shoal, it is your turn.
Thank you for telling us that you've been attacking people. You have to die now. Oh, what happened? Let's try that again.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
19 and a 2.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yes.
8 misses. There's just too much activity going on right in front of you, these massive flapping wings, and you just try and throw your dart, and your arm-like appendage gets knocked aside by the flapping wing of this bat.
As a courtesy, we will not be the ones to kill you.
All right, Ruben, it is your turn.
Ruben, he can't tell because it takes so long to get back to me, but he's literally landing and jumping.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it again.
Just getting his steps in.
And he's going to miss.
Unfortunately, an 11 misses.
I
And he
fired,
just
and then I
stays-
missed. Then I
I
fired,
fired
and
and I missed. And I missed.
I fired,
And then I took a nap and I ate a popsicle.
And I got tired, so I went to sleep. I woke up and I fired and I missed.
Game Grumps, everybody.
Anything else? All right, Flynn.
I heard this bat needs to die. So I shoot it, but I also miss with an 11.
And then I ate another popsicle.
Anna, your turn.
All right. Time to go for bat 6. Huzzah. That's a 24.
Hell yeah.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that one.
That's a 5.
A 5 killed it.
Ew.
Goodbye.
So funny to see a 1 kill something. Hell yeah.
It was a 5.
It was a 5 at the end of the day, but it was a 1.
At the end of the day.
But all
All
said
right.
and done.
Giant bat is going to lash out at Reyna in a desperate attempt to take her down with a 23 to hit,
Holy fuck.
dealing 5 damage, halves to 2.
Ah, come at me, bats.
Ow. Oh, it's so painful. Ow.
I'm
Why? Oh no.
And that'll make it your turn, Reyna.
gonna kill it if I hit it, I guess. But let's see.
This is the most I've ever hit
Nope.
something in my life.
I
Nope,
got a
with
7.
the 7 that misses. As you swing your battle axe and it kind of rears up a little bit as it flaps its wings, and your battle axe clips right underneath it.
Have I missed yet?
I don't think so.
Hell yeah.
These
Joel.
bats just be wildin'.
For once in my gaming life.
You rolled a 10.
Wow, that went
A
through all the
10
bases.
misses. Oh man, no disadvantage this time either.
Everyone take a shot.
We will back up behind
Okay.
Ruben.
Ruben, it is your turn.
Lands and then without even a thought just darts and jumps again.
Mm-hmm. A
Woo!
20 will hit.
And I had a popsicle.
And this time I hit it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so with 11 damage total, that will not kill the bat, but it is significantly wounded. As blood is splattering across the ground underneath it down now with its wings flapping. Lynn, your turn.
You all know it. You all love it. It's crossbow time. But
Oh,
It jams.
I do love it.
I missed.
You missed with an 8.
Also,
Yes.
very out of character. I don't know what's going on.
Anna, your turn to move.
Okay, let's go for bat number 3. I'm gonna move up and punch it. And I hit it with a 24.
A 24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's kill it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, your fist collides with kind of the rib cage of this bat, and you hear a crack, and
I
it
puncture
falls to
its
the
own
ground.
lung.
And yeah, you guys now at the entrance of this tunnel, there's a veritable pile of giant bat corpses. It's
Oh, this
it's
seems very
difficult
familiar.
terrain now to get through this tunnel exit
You
into
know what
this
to do,
cavern.
Shoal.
We
now,
will take bat number 6 and consume their skull.
Yeah,
are
yeah, you
there
definitely
We
do.
will carry you with us, friend.
other corpses or skeletons around that are not bats?
Make a perception or investigation check.
Okay. Let's see. Those are not my skills, but perception or
Are they any of our
investigation?
skills?
Probably our rangers.
You're like, please.
Plus
I-
7.
Yeah. Perception. I rolled an 8 plus 1 is 9.
It's pretty dirty in here. There's definitely remains. Hard to tell if it's people remains specifically, but
Yuck. Okay.
a lot of it is covered in guano.
Oh. I guess
That's
including
what
me.
all those piles are. Yeah. You find as you get further into the room.
Well, all right. I guess there's a lot of poop.
Yeah, and with that, I think that is where we will wrap up for this evening. Great. Well, thank you everybody very much for watching, and tune in next week to figure out how the rest of this tunnel exploration winds up. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and let the dice tell the story. Have a good night.
Congrats, Reedus.
Bye.
Good night.